Assalamu alaikum friends. How are you all? Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video I am going to teach you a very important and basic chapter of maths, that is factorization. So factorization is basically splitting out a number into smaller units or smaller numbers, and whenever you multiply that smaller units, you get the original number. So this is basically factorization, and this video is being divided into three parts because there are three methods to do factorization of any expression or equation. So in this video I'm going to discuss the first part and the first method, that is when you have two terms, so how do you factorize it. Okay, so if I give you a question, 4x minus 10, this is the first term, and after the negative sign this is the second term. Okay, so you are going to see whether we can apply the formula a square minus b square, or we can take common between these two terms. So if you see the power of x, so it's 1, it's not square, so we cannot apply the formula over here. So obviously the next step is that we are going to take the common. So taking common means you are going to find any variable or any coefficient or any number that is similar between the two terms. So does x exist in the second term? Yes or no? No. So we cannot take x as common. So now we are moving towards the the numbers. So 4 and 10. Now we are going to judge in which table does 4 and 10 comes together. So 2. So 2 is going to be kept outside the bracket. 2 times 2 is 4. X is going to come as it is with the first term, and 2 times 5 is 10. So this will be your final answer when you factorize two terms. Okay, now one thing, let's recheck whether our answer is correct or not. What we are doing, we are rechecking. Okay, now you are going to expand the brackets. So if you multiply 2 with 2x, you are going to get 4x, and if you multiply 2 with 5, the sign will come as it is, you are going to get 10. So if this answer is similar to your question, then you have done correct factorization. Okay, so let's do one more question. Okay, now if I give you 49x minus 7x square. Now first let's see the variables. So over here x is 1 and over here x is square. So the minimum times you can take x as common is 1. Okay, you cannot take twice because power over here of x is 1, so you can only take x once as common. So x is written over here. Now you're going to see 7 and 49 together comes in which table? So it comes in the table of 7. So 7 is kept outside. Now we will put a bracket. So 7 times 7 is 49. There is no x because x is taken outside, like over here. Minus this 7 is also taken outside. Now 1x is taken outside, and over here you are left with how many x's? Just 1x. So you are going to write x over here. So this will be the answer for a factorized term. Now let's do rechecking. Okay, rechecking is just for your safe side. So if you write 7x minus 7x, 7 minus x, then you're going to multiply 7x with 7, you're getting 49x. If you multiply 7x with x, you're going to get 7x square. So now you're going to see if this answer is similar to that of your question. So yes, so this factorization that you have done is correct. Okay, now for instance, if you have x y cube minus yx cube, x is power 1 over here in the first term and y is power 1 over here in the second term. Okay, now you are going to see how many times you can take x as common. So you are going to see the minimum power of x, 1. So x can be taken only once. Now let's see y. Yes, y is also, you have y in both of the terms. And now we are going to see the minimum power of y. So the minimum power of y is 1. So we cannot take y twice or thrice, but we can only take y once. Because over here we have y only 1. So y is taken outside. Now we are going to keep a bracket. Now if you see the first term, if x is taken outside and 1y is taken outside, so how many y's you are left with in the first term? 3 minus 1 is 2. So you are going to left with y square in the first term. Okay? Okay, this is the case. Minus. Now, if you have taken 1 y outside, you are left with no y in the second term. And if you have taken 1 x outside, out of 3, so how many x's are you left with inside the bracket for the second term? 2. So this is how you will get a factorized form for this question. Okay, rechecking. xy, y square minus x square. xy when multiplied with y square. So this is 1y. So you are basically doing what? You are multiplying y to the power 1 into y to the power 2. Same basis, okay? And it's being what? It's being multiplied. So you are getting what? Y cube. And if xy is multiplied with x square, then you are getting x cube y, because there was no y over here. So this is similar to the question. Okay, I've just shifted the places over here. So in rechecking, you are going to get the same answer, likewise the question. Okay. Okay, now if you have 16x cube y plus 4xy cube. Now in the first term, y has power 1 and in the second term, x has power 1. So now you are going to see that you can take x and y as common how many times. So the minimum number is 1. So you can take x and y common only once. So x and y is written outside the bracket just once. Now you're going to see 4 and 16. Okay, now 4 and 16 together comes in which table? Now you're going to see, okay, if you take 2, okay, you have 8 and you have 2. Okay, over here you had 16 and you had 4. Okay, if you have taken 2 as common, okay, so inside the brackets you will be left with 8 and 2. Now again you have to take 2 as common to be left with 1 over here. So it's preferable that if you have 16 and 4, you should take 4 as common. 4 times 4 is 16 and 4 times 1 is 4. So you are left with just 1 over here. Okay, so I hope you understood this concept. Okay, let me erase it out. So we have taken 4 outside the bracket as common. So what is left inside the bracket for the first term? 4 times 4 is 16. If you have taken 1x outside, out of 3 you are left with just 2x. and you took one y outside, so you have left with no y inside the brackets for the first term. Now a positive sign, then 4 times 1 is 4. Now if you have taken 1x outside, so out of 1x you are left with no x inside the brackets for the second term. And if you have taken 1y outside, out of 3, so you are left with 2y. So your final answer is going to be this. So this is how you have factorized. It's step number 2. A square minus b square is the formula, and whenever you expand a square minus b square, you are going to get a plus b and a minus b. Okay, if I give you a question, x square minus 16. So how will you get to know, okay, whether we are going to take out any common or whether we are going to use the formula? So if you see the first term and the second term, can you take out anything as common? Anything, any variable or any number? No. So you're going to apply the formula over here, and you will see that this x has a power 2, which means that yes, you can apply this a square minus b square formula. So now what you're going to do is, the first thing is the number, like you have 16 over here, you are going to find a number who is the square of 16. Okay, so if you take 2 square, 2 square means 2 into 2, which is 4. You need to get 16. Okay, if you see 3 square, so 3 into 3 is 9. Why are we squaring it? It's because of this thing. We have a square on x, and you basically need to transform x square minus 16 into a square minus b square. That's why you are taking a square, or you are multiplying the number twice. So if you see 4 square, 4 into 4 is 16. So okay, the squares and the cubes of the number should be on your fingertips. So 16 is the square of 4. So in the place of 16, you are going to write 4 square. Okay, you are transforming this 16 into 4 square. So now this thing is kind of like this, a square minus b square, right? Now you are going to expand this x square minus 4 square into a plus b and a minus b, which means that the first factor is going to be x plus 4 and the other factor is going to be x minus 4. So the answer for x square minus 16 after factorization is x plus 4 and x minus 4. Okay, so let me erase this thing out. Okay, if I want you to recheck your answer, like whether you are getting x square minus 16 or not, just to check whether your factorization is correct or not. So you're going to write x plus 4 and x minus 4. Over here, the way you are expanding your brackets means a lot. X into x and x into minus 4, then 4 into x and 4 into minus 4. So x into x is x square minus 4x plus 4x plus minus is minus, 4 times 4 is 16. So plus 4x and negative 4x gets cancelled out and you're getting x square minus 16. So yes, this answer matches with the question. So the factors that you created, x plus 4 and x minus 4, is correct over here. Okay. Okay, now if I give you another question, 25 minus y square. So firstly, you are going to check 25 is the square of which number. So it should be on your fingertips. 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, and 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36. So square of 5 is 25. So in the place of 25, you are going to replace it with 5 square minus y square. Now you are going to make factors of 5 square minus y square. So if 5 is written at the first place, then 5 is going to come first, plus y, and 5 minus y. So this is how you are going to factorize 25 minus y square. And you can do it at your home for rechecking. If you expand the brackets, you are going to get the same answer like your question. Okay, now let's do another question. Okay, if I give you 1 minus 25y square, now what you are going to do? Okay, over here 25 is with y square. Okay, this 1 is what? 1 square. Okay, now first thing you have to do is you're going to see that 25 is the square of which number. Like we did before, 25 is the square of 5. So you're going to transform it into 1 square minus 5y whole square. होल स्क्वायर बिकॉज 5 के ऊपर भी स्क्वायर था और y के ऊपर भी स्क्वायर था, तो दोनों स्क्वायर को इंडिविजुअली लिखने के बजाय मैंने ब्रैकेट्स के ऊपर स्क्वायर लिख दिया है. ठीक है, इट्स द सेम थिंग. नाउ यू आर गोइंग टू ट्रांसफॉर्म इट इनटू a plus b and a minus b into two factors. So this 1 is going to come first, then you are going to write 1 plus 5y, okay, and 1 minus 5y. ओके, सो ये 5 इधर आ जाएगा y के साथ, और पहले पॉजिटिव का फैक्टर आएगा और उसके बाद नेगेटिव का. पहले नेगेटिव का भी फैक्टर आ सकता है, उसके बाद पॉजिटिव का भी आ सकता है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द आंसर. ओके, सिमिलरली इफ यू हैव 16x स्क्वायर माइनस 9. नाउ ओवर हियर इट्स अ बिट ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन. यहाँ पे आपके पास 16 भी नंबर है और 9 भी नंबर है. तो आपने 16 को भी देखना है कि 16 किसका स्क्वायर है, और आपको 9 को भी देखना है कि 9 किसका स्क्वायर है. तो 16 का स्क्वायर क्या होता है? 4 होता है. ठीक है, सो 4 स्क्वायर एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 9 किसका स्क्वायर है? 3 स्क्वायर. ठीक है, ए स्क्वायर माइनस बी स्क्वायर की फॉर्म में ही आ गया. इट्स लुकिंग वेरी हॉरिबल. ओके, सो हम इसको 4x टू द पावर 2 भी लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है, 3 स्क्वायर. सो नाउ दिस इज बीइंग ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू a स्क्वायर माइनस b स्क्वायर. अब इसको हमने एक्सपैंड करना है a प्लस बी एंड a माइनस बी की फॉर्म में. सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी 4x प्लस 3, okay, and 4x minus 3. Okay, so this will be your final answer. So dear students, I hope you have effectively learned how you can do factorization of the two terms by taking common and the use of formula, that is a square minus b square. So in my next video, I am going to explain you how you can do factorization of three terms with the use of middle term break concept. So if you like my video, so hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you can be notified about my next video. So stay tuned. चीज़ें कर सकते हो, या आप पहले कॉमन ले लो, ठीक है, और उसके बाद फिर आप a स्क्वायर माइनस बी स्क्वायर वाला फॉर्मूला लगा सकते हो. तो यहाँ पे अगर हम कॉमन देखें तो 7 हमारा कॉमन आ जाएगा. एक्स स्क्वायर या x नहीं होगा बिकॉज सेकेंड टर्म के अंदर आपके पास कोई x नहीं है. सो यू विल बी लेफ्ट विद एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 9. अब क्या ये चीज़ इस फॉर्म में आ गई है? यस. अब आपने देखना है कि 9 किसका स्क्वायर है. सो ये चीज़ आपके फिंगर टिप्स पे होनी चाहिए कि 9 जो है वो 3 का स्क्वायर है. ओके, अब आपने इसको a प्लस बी एंड a माइनस बी के थ्रू एक्सपैंड करना है. सो 7x प्लस 3 एंड x माइनस 3. ओके, और यहाँ पे ये बिगर ब्रैकेट्स के अंदर होगा.